A movie shot in 1933. Playing up for the camera, a young Queen Elizabeth is seen apparently raising a Nazi salute alongside her mother and younger sister dancing around. Her uncle, the future King Edward VIII, does the same. Whether an innocent gesture done in jest, the palace is said to be scrambling to figure out how the film got out, says royal correspondent Roya Nika.
There's been a huge level of concern as to how the material got out, the fact that they actually don't know how it's got out. Unknown things like that to do with the royal family and archives rattle royal aides, and they rattle members of the royal family too.
However, part of that clip had already been made public, apparently showing the Queen and her sister just moments after that incident, part of an exhibition by Buckingham Palace last year, which has lent to claims the palace itself may be partly to blame for inadvertently releasing the footage to documentary makers. The Sun newspaper won't say where they got it, but it was obtained in a legitimate fashion and published with the public interest in mind, says managing editor Stig Abel.
The fact remains that in 1933, led by a man who was to become Edward VIII, the British royal family were doing Nazi salutes to a video. That seemed very immediately to us to be a matter of great cultural, historical and general interest.
The historical interest the paper claims is that it reveals King Edward's implicit support for the Nazis from early on. Long accused of being a Nazi sympathizer, Edward visited Hitler in 1937 after giving up his crown to marry U.S. divorcee Wallis Simpson. The Queen was only about 6 years old when the film was shot at the private residence of Balmoral, unaware of what that Nazi salute would come to symbolize.